And maybe the biggest usage of them is they're broken in edge guarding. She can just like hit that angle where Samus likes to bomb jump and stuff. And if you just hit Samus out of the bomb jump, she doesn't bomb jump anymore. And then she just falls and dies. So I've seen plenty of edge guards that's just like Samus gets hit by 2 or 3 needles, fails every bomb jump, and then just dies. That being said, Morse Code is starting off strong and already getting 70% off the first opening.
Early on in this game, I'm seeing like a lot from Morse Code of like just challenging.
Oh, I think you cut out there a little bit. I heard challenging, and then you kind of cut off.
Interesting choice to see him going.
Oh,
rip.
You've cut out entirely. Oh, okay, you're back. I heard rip.
Nice, I'm back. Okay, I was just saying how Morse Code is challenging the side platform of Sheik like really aggressively right now, which is interesting.
Nice. Samus, you can see there, like Samus could have grabbed the ledge, but it's really like in general, Samus doesn't want to have to grab the ledge, so it's just like in their bones to just go for the grounded hit instead, finding the up tilt. Does find the guaranteed edge guard regardless there, and Morse Code's up a full stock.
Ooh, but Jflex has something to say about it. Let's see how these needles go. You see the air dodge doesn't quite get there, but really smart by Morse Code to hold the tether. That's what Jflex was looking for, right? He wanted to get the needle after the tether had come out to sort of cancel it out. But he does catch the fair. Still not dead, though. Can he get the bomb jump here? He does on the needle, but still finds the bomb.
And still more needles, more needles, more needles. It's so funny to watch.
Is he just dead? Yeah, he's just dead.
Yeah, that's brutal. And there was really no counterplay there. It's not like, oh, you shouldn't have bombed. It's like, no, if you don't bomb, you just don't make it back either way. So good edge guard is pretty much a guaranteed edge guard there, but Jflex kind of knowing the flow chart and playing it well. So.
Yeah, and again, you're seeing what you were talking about before we started, right? Morse Code loves to use these bombs here, making it kind of interesting where he's actually throwing the bombs on the side platform as well. So, you know, I think in a lot of Morse Code matchups, you see him throw the bombs grounded, but actually sort of keeping Sheik from coming up above him and then coming down from above also is an interesting way to play it.
Yeah, he's actually done so many different types of bombs. He's done the bomb on shield, on the platform, on the ground. Lot of mix-ups there. Oh,
didn't have the tether?
Either didn't have the tether or thought he was getting hit by the needle and going for that same sort of mix-up that he went for last stock, right? Because that's kind of a mini game that you kind of play where you like try to tank the needle, air dodge up, tank the needle again, and then tether on the second one. So maybe too clever this time.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't think there was any reason for him to have used his tether already. Ooh, and there you see the bomb. He uses the bomb.
Oh, I think you can cut out again. I don't know if you're like, it happens.
And catch him for it.
Oh. Okay, I heard catch him for it. Can you hear me the whole time? Did you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
I think maybe you're peaking if you go like too close to your mic or something because it sounded like you got loud. But either way, yeah, a lot of bomb usage. Finds. Ooh, the back air pushing him back to the corner there. This time Sheik's looking like very strong control right now.
Okay. Ooh, but Jflex able to get the kill there and bring it pretty close. Or sorry, Morse Code got the kill, but Jflex comes back down and uses invincibility to get Morse Code way off stage. Ooh, not enough needles. So one of the things Jflex wants to do is throw a bunch of needles so you can catch the end of the air dash or the air dodge. But didn't happen that time.
Oh, this is terrifying now. Just like that one combo sends Sheik off stage, gets the edge guard, covers the on stage. Oh, it doesn't quite get the down air though. That could have been a huge part of the conversion, but instead, Sheik is now the one doing the edge guarding.
Yeah, but like you talked about before, right? A quick 60% during.
Oh, going for the needle here. Shore hop needles.
That edge guard.
Ooh. I think
he gets the spot dodge on the grab.
I think yeah, I think Raptor's mic is dying right now. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going. But yeah, it looks like Sheik right now is having the sort of control to kind of hold center stage, and the more damage you can get by, you know, when you have a stock up and you're able to hold center stage, the better it is for you. It doesn't matter, like, you can play relatively risk-free and just rack on like spaced back airs.
All right, I think I'm back now.
Pog.
As we get into last stock here, keep in mind Morse Code does have the charge shot here. That could be like the big difference maker.
Yeah, could find the right opening. Finds a shield grab here. That's not something you normally expect from Samus, and that makes you a little bit too liberal with your shield usage. Oh,
That last needle. And there we saw what we were talking about earlier. By delaying when he threw the first needle and having enough charge needles, he was able to catch the very last needle at the end of the air dodge. And that was what got Morse code down low far enough that he couldn't grapple back to the battlefield ledge. Keep in mind, on a counter pick where you have the wall, it's going to be easier for Morse code to work around that.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the hardest stages to use the grapple effectively. Kind of interesting that they start there. I imagine that this is probably one of Sheik's favorite stage, but maybe I guess neutral ends up kind of playing out the same either way, so maybe Samus doesn't like it too much. But this stage seems to make sense to me as a counter pick for part of the reason being the recovery. So.
All right, so we're going to jump into FOD here for game 2. We continue to see Morse code sort of just playing with space, using the bombs to keep Sheik out. But Jflex finds his way in. Ooh, a preemptive up B, actually pretty clever to avoid the fair. I actually like that quite a bit.
Yeah, I got to get real tricky with it, right? Because like, it's tough. I think that this is the one matchup where Sheik or Samus's recovery doesn't really feel that broken, right? Like the needles are really oppressive. Good use of the grapple there.
Yeah, that really, really fast grapple after those first needles hit. I think because he still had the air dodge available, Jflex was sort of waiting to try to bait that out, and Morse code just sort of sneaks in under it.
Double jump forward air protecting the ledge. That is a global mechanic. I feel like Sheik does this in every matchup, and sometimes it's just a read, right? Like you got to be willing to call that out sometimes, and if she calls you out exactly when you're going to the ledge, she gets you. So.
Yeah, and here we go as Jflex now finds himself off stage again. We've talked about how important it is for Morse code to, burn this all the way down. Good F tilt. That might be enough to do it. Not quite. Oh, the arms attack, but coverage is ready to go. 3 stocks apiece.
Good stuff to Morse code. He got like the full charge shot there and then kind of dropped the edge guard, picked it right back up. The double hit down smash into forward air, instant 48%. Felt like that took no time at all. The bomb mix-ups on the shield into the charge shot. Morse code right now is feeling himself on this stock. Doesn't even let Sheik get her jump back. And a fully charged forward smash. Are you kidding me? That was a full 0 to death.
Yeah. Jflex tried to go for the face roll there, where he does the high up B to land with no lag, but Morse code just gets the F smash out before the landing lag, or before he even lands at all. So, good stuff to Morse code to recognize what's going on there. But yeah, like you said, it was a true 0 to death. Put himself in a really good spot, and then just closed it out pretty easily.
Yeah, the recognition to be like, there's no platform for you to drift to. You can't avoid the charge forward smash, and he just had the guaranteed checkmate situation there. Probably gonna try to go above it. No, goes below through the needles. Samus taking her time here. Dodges the back air and gets the reversal. Sheik has no jump here, but does make it back to the ledge. That would have been a devastating stock loss. That would have been too big of a swing, I think.
Oh, and what a great way to close out that stock. Goes for the anti-air down tilt, catches sort of low profiles the missile and catches the landing lag of it, and then is able to go for a pretty low % kill there to...
Oh, finding the bomb jump shield pressure, falling down.
Bring it back to 2 stocks apiece.
It's about finding the down smash here to send Sheik back off stage. Oh, here's the flow chart edge guarding, going for the forward smash this time. The down smash is kind of OMS attackable forever, and the forward smash kind of mixes up which side you're supposed to try to OMS attack. So.
Yeah, and at that high of %, it's just about getting him back off stage and rinse and repeat. Sheik, notorious for being terrible at landing on stage, and Morse code making the most of it.
Ooh, Morse code's gotten this like combo breaker up B a couple times here, where like as you go for the follow-up aerial, he just up B's in the air and scoops you out of it. Kind of cool.
So I know the grounded up B has invincibility frames on startup. Does the aerial up B do the same?
I believe it's the same, yeah. I'm not sure if it's the same frame data, but I think it is the same, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense because it looks like the Sheik hitbox should be inside Samus, and he's just not getting hit anyway.
Yep. Because I know that on the ground it's invincible frame 1. So in the air it's probably the same, where you're just invincible frame 1 and then you just swallow them up and eat them. So.
Oh, look at that needle to catch the very end of the grapple. Really clean. Morse code has to know he doesn't have a grapple here. Basically just the up B mix up, but he's able to get the bomb jump back to the ledge. Pretty clean. Oh, and again, but okay,
yeah. Wow, Sheik actually just tanks it and then hits you anyways, right? That's the downside whenever you have like a move that's negative on hit, even in the air, and it's like, wow, they didn't even can't even CC that, and it's still bad. So
Now, was that SDI down from the Sheik to get out of the up B instead of it?
probably
Like,
just missed, to be honest, because it's
Okay.
like if you think about like the interaction, like Sheik is jumping at you trying to forward air. Maybe he's like option selecting smash DI down and away, but my guess is he just got clipped by the very corner and only took one hit. So
All right,
super missile.
Yeah, Morse code able to find the F smash, and he's gonna take the game. Looking pretty clean there. He was at high percent, but 2 stocks, so Morse code has to be feeling pretty good there.
Yep. And that was a good counter pick as well. So I think that it's going to be interesting to see how the stages go on. I don't think there's like brutal counter picks back and forth in this matchup.
hmm
Kind of depends on how comfortable they are playing FD as well. I don't think FD
hmm
is like super polarizing, but it might be polarizing based on preference and playstyle. But we are in fact going to go to Yoshi story instead. So try to get those earlier kills.
And we did see Morse code live to 180% last stock, last game. So makes sense that Jflex doesn't want to deal with that crap anymore.
So now we're going to see, going up for the run-up grab and the forward tilt, finds it, gets the grab eventually. And the edge guards are, actually gets the grapple out, scoops him out with the down tilt. This is no longer that difficult in edge guard. Never mind, Randall getting involved. Not getting involved? Oh my god.
Ooh, and there, okay, we see the first like big wave dash forward to take space from Morse code, and Jflex is so ready for it with just a jab in place at the high percent he was at. That is gonna combo into a kill. So really clean by Jflex to catch that aggressive option.
Look
What
at
are these bombs?
Yeah, just all over. They're dancing around Sheik's shield. Sheik doesn't know when they're going to hit her, if they're going to bounce off the shield, if they're going to hit you and stuff like that. So great use of the bombs by Morse code to sort of, I don't know, create chaos, right? So.
Yeah, and the whole time just sort of floating directly above Sheik. Feels like really great bait, right? Like Sheik really wants to get that hit because Morse code's in the air, can't CC at this moment, and then there's just a bomb in the way, and it's like, well, go away. What?
Yeah. And then there we're seeing the mix-up. Oh my god, the bomb on the platform into drifting back. We saw a run-up bomb on shield into waveline down smash. Really cool mix-ups off the bomb right now. However, despite all the fanciness, Jflex is kind of cutting the the fat out of the meat and just getting the kills, the hits that need to matter. And he's up a full stock and already racked on 100%.
And we're seeing this option from Jflex kind of repeatedly where once Morse code gets like down low and like inside of the needle range, Jflex is very willing to just give up the ledge and play that play versus Samus off the ledge. It's an interesting choice. You know, there are a lot of reversal opportunities, and Jflex just says, I'm not dealing with that. I'm already at a big lead. I'm just going to play off that.
Oh, really good use of the up air aerial interrupt. Morse code is extremely consistent at it. It's the one way that Samus can get Gillint from the ledge. She gets like 8 or 9 or something, and Morse code's really good. Oh, there kind of misses it. You see the up air kind of finishing through, but yeah, that's kind of one of the ways that Morse code is so good at playing from the corner. Is he's so consistent at getting the up air aerial interrupt, and then he plays from the very corner. Wow, that never actually reversed. This is crazy.
Ooh, finally finds a back air at 170% to close out the stock. Jflex is up by a good amount, but it feels like he's having to weather so much pressure to be able to get a kill. I guess it's still working out for him. Like he's winning the interactions, but I feel like he's got to be under a lot of mental strain to make it happen.
Oh, he didn't know which side he was going to land on. Didn't know what option to go for. Kind of just stood there until Sheik stood back up. That's a pretty big drop, but finds a grab into the nair. See if he can get a second try at the edge guard here.
So many Samus grabs, and he actually is able to close that out with the F smash. I feel like Samus shouldn't be allowed to get this many grabs. The grab is really slow, it takes a long time, and it's super punishable. But there's another one. Jeez.
Yeah,
Jflex has to find an answer.
Samus's grab is so polarizing because it's so bad that it makes shield kind of broken against Samus, which kind of tricks you into just shielding a lot. That one was kind of different because it was a missile in the grab. You kind of have to shield the missile. So if you didn't have time to get out of the way, then you're kind of doomed already. But a lot of times it's like you're kind of being conditioned to spam shield because all her moves are punishable on shield, right? So you're kind of like, oh, shield is broken. Your grab is slow and your moves suck on shield. And then she just starts grabbing you. You're like, wait a second. Like,
okay, there's the adaptation we were looking for from Jflex. He sees the startup of the grab. Well, he doesn't see. He expects the grab coming and goes for the jab instead. Catches out of it, but Morse code is able to reversal and actually takes the kill first.
Yeah,
he's back in the lead.
Yeah, this is really good patient play, kind of like, oh my god, actually beats the spot dodge with the really slow grab. So you kind of have to change what your like panic options are against Samus. If you just panic shield every time, she will start reading you and grabbing you. If you panic spot dodge, sometimes her grab is slow enough to grab you anyways. So you kind of have to like panic roll or panic full hop tend to be really good against her. But once again, this is kind of what we mentioned at the start. If Samus reads you for any of your panic options, she's gonna get you.
Mhm. Yeah, and these bombs continue to be a great way to start up the panic options. You see Jflex sort of reacting to the bomb on his shield. He's going for this nair out of shield, which it's working once in a while, but it feels like when it doesn't
Yeah.
work, it's so bad, right? Can't CC. You're up in the air, getting knocked around and juggled by
Oh!
Samus. It's so scary.
This
Oh my god.
fully invincible forward tilt with the up air aerial interrupt, and it's actually going to pay him off with an entire stock. Wow, he gets the game off the back of perfect ledge execution. Really clean stuff there from Morsecode. And yeah, dude, the bombs are just ridiculous. It's just so,
Hmm.
it's like
Hmm.
so weird and silly. And you're like, what is going on? They're like bouncing off your shield, going off to the side, and he falls on you with an air, does another bomb, and you just like never know what's going on. It's a really unique neutral that and pressure that you're probably not super used to playing against.
Hmm. Yeah, and the way that he does it too, it's not just like, "Hey, I'm gonna put a bomb over you," right? But there's like sometimes he goes for multiple bombs. Sometimes
Hmm.
it's single bomb, hit the bomb jump, and then throw out an aerial to catch you trying to
Yep.
jump out of shield. Other times you'll see him put the bomb and then back off and wait
Yep.
for your option out of it, and then be ready to like pounce off of that. So
And sometimes
it's
he just grabs. He puts the bomb and then
yeah,
he just
yeah, yeah,
grabs
yeah.
you. And you're like, wait a second. Like, he's
And
definitely like paying attention too, right? Because that's the other thing is that like Morse code he's watching you, man. Like
mhm,
he's
mhm.
putting the bomb down and he's watching you. So,
Yeah, and it's not only does it so first of all, this is something like a lot of Samuses don't really use very much, and
Mhm.
Morse code is using it in this like very intricate and complex way. And then on top of all of that, it's such a good like get off me tool, right? Like
Mhm.
it neuters so much of Jflex's approaching options, uh, that it just really makes it like stunts the game. It sort of forces the game to start
Ooh.
being played at that kind of exact spacing that Samus is looking for, which just works out so well.
Yep. Pretty good edge guard there from Morse code that ultimately ended when he forward smashed Sheik across the stage and then missed his charge shot. So he doesn't quite get the huge capitalization that he could have had off of what was essentially stock lead, but it looks like he gets it anyways. And 80%, he's honestly not that close to dying as Samus.
Hmm. Yeah, it's going to take some sort of gimp from Jflex. And I think that's the other thing to talk about here is, after that first game that Jflex won, Morse Code has done a great job of finding a ways around the needle edge guards,
Hmm.
and just being able to live to high percents, which is supposed to be a mainstay of Samus, but is harder in this matchup than most.
Yep. And I think that part of it too kind of comes back to how good he is with the up air ledge interrupt because
Hmm.
a lot of times normally the way you kind of edge guard Samus is just by giving her the ledge. Oh my god, how did he find that charge shot? Getting a quick 35% off of that. But yeah, against every other Samus, you let them grab the ledge and you don't care. But against Morse
Right.
code, you kind of care more about letting him have the ledge because he's so good off of it.
Well, and we're seeing Jflex make that decision, right? There's a lot of times where Jflex sort of goes for the edge guard, and then once Samus gets under the stage, he's just like, okay, I'm done here. I'm gonna let
Yeah.
him grab ledge, and then Samus does ridiculous shit off the ledge that they're not supposed to be
Hmm.
able to do, and it's like, okay, well, here we go.
Yep. And I do think that part of the answer to the up air interrupt is to just give Samus more space.
Hmm.
Because even though she does get glint off of it, she doesn't get much distance. So you
Hmm.
up air and then you're in the very corner and then you're in the corner, right? So
Hmm.
you can still kind of exploit Samus being in the corner instead of Samus being on the ledge.
So one of the things we talked about the last game was the number of grabs that Morse Code was able to get in neutral here. This game, Jflex seems to be sniffing it out a bit more. Morse Code also not looking for it as much. I think that's going to be a big difference maker if Jflex can avoid getting grabbed and can really bring back the shield and use its
Hmm.
strength against Samus. I think it's a big deal. And yeah, you
Yeah,
see.
I think
Go
we've
ahead.
actually not seen Morse code miss a grab, right?
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
he was using it a lot, and when he was using it a lot, it was hitting every time. And now he's like not shielding that much, and he's not grabbing at all. Like he hasn't missed one.
Mhm.
So very good awareness, and this is a skill I think that Samus players tend to be really good at. Like it's like they really highly index how much they focus on. Like, am I allowed to grab my opponent right now or not? And good charge shot there to close it out. Morse code looking pretty good. Jflex has the percent lead right here. I do think this is a pretty good stage. I think Samus just kind of struggles with maneuverability without platforms,
Mhm.
but kind of so does Samus. So it's kind of an equalizer stage in that way.
Yeah, and keep in mind that the way that this map started, you saw Sheik die at like pretty low percent, or not at low percent, but Samus was only at 80. So the fact that Jflex has sort of been able to bring it back and sort of claim this big percent lead and now a stock lead is a big deal. This has been a pretty strong outplay since that first stock.
Yep, looking pretty good here. See if Samus can make this happen all the way. Oh, yeah, Samus needs one of these big edge guards to sort of like equalize the matchup because the punish game is actually kind of nerfed on this stage. The edge guards aren't. So if you can knock Sheik off stage, you can get a huge amount of damage as she tries to come back. Oh, just like that. He actually gets a closeout. Can't
Oh,
quite
not quite.
get it. That was a really tricky, maybe a shortened up beat, maybe just a tricky angle. Samus looking to get the closeout. Gets the back air this time around with the baby charge shot just for fun.
Even though Jflex was able to find one chance back that maybe he shouldn't have with that tricky recovery, Morsecode just recovers very cleanly and picks it right back up to close out the stock without taking any extra percent. And after being down, you know, basically a full stock, we go to a final stock that is really perfectly even.
I love watching a fully charged shot lose to one needle.
One needle. Yeah.
It's very fair interaction.
Great.
Yeah. She shoots a full stack and she gets like 16% because one of them got taken by the charge shot. Like... Oh,
but here we go.
Though. Yeah, Morsecode looking to take control here. He has the corner pressure. The missile sends Samus back on stage. Just like that, we have another edgeguard scenario. Got to maneuver your way around these hitboxes, and the forward smash closes it out, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Morsecode takes the entire